Hey guys, Kev here, and I'm doing a little bit of a rapid review roundup here so I can clear out some knives I have in for review to let a new set come in as usual. And the first one up here is going to be the CMB Knives Sesori, and I really like this knife. There's really only one thing that I don't love about it, and that is just the build on this specific one. I just got one that is a little bit off. The pivot just needs to be adjusted a certain way for you to get perfect centering and action. And what I mean by that is you can go watch my disassembly video on this. I'll link it somewhere along the way. But this pivot cap right here, which does not have a, Torx head or anything, it needs to be loose off the pivot barrel for this knife to have the best action. And I don't even have it dialed perfectly, but it is much better than it was out of the box, and definitely much better than it was when everything was tight. And that's just, an assembly issue and or an issue with the pivot itself that was installed in this knife. So I don't think that would be something you'd see yourself. And if you did, it is correctable by just tweaking that a little bit, and you got to Loctite it the right way, and you can watch my disassembly. But that aside, I really like this knife. It's another just really fantastic design from Tigowitz. He is absolutely prolific this year. I am extremely impressed, and I really have liked almost every design he's pumped out this year. Whether it's something that is ultimately my style or not is one thing, but I can appreciate and respect the shit out of every one of his designs. He's one of the best designers out there currently, in my opinion. This one right here has a slight recurve and a dual grind. So you have a bit of a hollow back here and then a flat out to this really pokey tip. This is a CMB knife, so it is very well made. Think Best Tech quality. I'm pretty sure they're the same OEM. You have this really cool little milled pocket on the flipper tab that looks extremely cool, open and closed. Flipper design is done well. You can see some of my skin in there, which is good. That means it's really grabbing. If I show you here, I'll take a little Q-tip and I'll show you, I can actually push my skin out of here. I don't know if you saw that fall out, but my skin literally comes out. And then what does that do? Why would you do that, right? Sorry, that's kind of nasty. The reason you would do that is to keep that clean because it is extremely grippy. So now that flipper tab bites my finger a little better again. And, over time it'll fill back up with skin and you can clean it out if you want. You don't have to, of course. But anyway, you can see the action here is pretty damn good. It falls to the nail now and shakes down pretty well. Gotta give it a little bit of shake because it's still a little tight through here, and that's just due to what I was talking about. So if you get one of these, it should be dialed pretty perfectly from factory. I did get it perfectly centered. You can see Tigowitz CMB knives. It is a frame lock. It's contoured. It's thin. It's extremely comfortable to flip. The ergonomics in general are solid. He always has solid ergonomics. You can choke up, kind of flipper choil situation here. Now, you have that little bit of an upswept tip, so it's not going to be the best utility cutter, but you do technically have a little tanto point you could use, but I would just reach up like this. You could even flip it over if you're just poking a bag or something like that. But really good action on that flipper tab. Friday night gas station grip, as usual with Tigowitz, it's going to be very comfortable in the hand. And yeah, not much more to say about the Sesori. It's a good one. It's a cool one. I'll be passing it around, and I will link it down below. I believe it's available on Amazon right now. So check those links down in the description. It always helps the channel if you use those. Does not cost you anything, and sometimes there are discount codes. So check those links out. The next one here is from ZT. So right there is my biggest gripe on this knife. Now, big shout out to my buddy Casey over at the Knives Fast channel for loaning this knife to me. So please go check out Casey over there. He He does knives fast sometimes, and he's got a good channel, and he's just a good friend, so check it out. But this is the ZT-0545. This is probably the first new knife from ZT in a long time that has interested me, and I gotta say, this thing is fantastic. I kind of want one of these, and the only reason I'm not getting one is that flipper tab. And it would be a pretty easy fix if you knew what you were doing, but my issue is it does not have enough jimping. It needs to extend one more jimp, or what I would prefer is for that jimping to come down and around, down and around, down and around, so it could grab you right here. Because it has a good detent, so it makes it a little bit slippery sometimes. And so you want that extra jimping to grab you here at the edge, because you have to kind of come up top to make sure you catch that jimping. And maybe they designed it that way, or I think maybe they were worried about it scratching you in the pocket or something. But I've never had that issue with the flipper tab, so it's not like it's a pokey one to begin with. But it does work. You know, you get used to it, but occasionally you'll do that. You'll slip off. You know, it doesn't really hurt. It's just like, damn, I didn't deploy the knife, you know. The party trick, I guess you could say, on this one is it is super lightweight. It is thin as hell. I think we measured it at 0.36 or something like that in the unboxing. We could do it again real quick just to show you how thin this bad boy is from ZT. Very impressed. 0.37 right there. Blade stock was at like 0.009 or something like that. Now, overall, we're looking at 3.15 and 7.5 dead on overall. So, I mean, really good size for me. You can see that action's really good. There is the not even blade play. I mean, it's really just, it's so thin that it kind of flexes a little bit. And you'll see you can get it dialed to where it'll fall. And it's a smooth shakedown. Now, if I tighten that at all, it totally binds it up. But you can get it to that perfect spot where it will drop. And then you just shake it. I love it, man. I really do. It's dead nut center. If you're right-handed, you can reverse flick it. Left-handed, I cannot get that down. Just can't get off that lock bar. If I go up to the pivot, I don't have the leverage I need. It's just not good in that sense. I did not try to reverse this clip because, well, I tried, but I didn't get any further than loosening this screw because it's not my knife. I didn't want to take it apart. It's Casey's knife. And it looks like you would have to take the knife apart to flip that over. I tried taking this screw out and then kind of wiggling it out, but it doesn't seem to do that. You're going to have to take it out, and because this standoff here actually locks it down. So if there is a disassembly video out there, you could see how to reverse this. Maybe Casey could do that for us if nobody else has. But I love the action on this. Super comfortable in the hand, even for such a slim knife. You can choke up like this. I mean, guys, this is my favorite ZT since the 0450 CF, which was one of my first knives when I got into knives. Like, you know, deep into knives. And I absolutely love this. It's one of the rare occasions where I'm okay with the double-sided knife. You needed that for rigidity. It wasn't going to be this thin with a liner lock. Totally get it. This clip, I love that they made it reversible. And look how thin and small that is. And it works. It works really, really well. Usually when you have a clip like that mounted at the end, it is uncomfortable in the palm. But the cool thing about this knife is it's not really a reverse flicker. It's not an axis lock or anything. So you don't really have to palm it much. So you don't really notice that. I didn't notice it at all. It feels great in the hand. Left-handed is wonderful. Flipper tab works great. Again, you just have to get over that. You know, you have to make sure you get it on top and pull down. The detent is perfect. Honestly, ZT is kind of the OG when it comes to good detents. They've been doing it for a long time. They kind of set the standard for me. I think they're the reason I have that predilection to just needing a strong detent, because that ZT-0450 CF was dialed perfectly and they ruined knives for me. So thanks, ZT. You guys created a monster. All right. I love this knife. It's in Magna Cut. I don't know the HRC. That'd be a good thing to find out. As of the recording of this, it is available at Blade HQ. It is available at GP Knives. It is available at Knives Ship Free. There are links to all three of those down in the description. Help your boy out and use those links if you're going to pick one up. It's somewhere around $250, $270, and it is well worth that price. Great job, ZT. I'm really happy to see you guys back in the game. All right, the last one is very cool. This is going to be the Pirate Tech Kraken. So I've had this now for about a day. I like to send knives out for other people to check out. So I'm going to pass this around, and I did a pretty in-depth unboxing, and I've spent the day with it. So I have a pretty good idea on this knife, and I want to let other people check it out while it's still hot. So I do want to talk about it. I do want to take it apart to show you guys something. So this is the Pirate Tech Kraken. It's $280 on their website. I'll actually pull that up, and I have a link. So, so we have Pirate Tech knives, and you'll get free shipping, at least domestically, with code LeftyEDC. So you do get a benefit there. You get free shipping. They have scales for it in what I would call barf titanium. It's puke ano in my opinion, but a lot of people love this lightning and tropic finish. So if you're into that, you can pick those up for $160, or you can get crystallized titanium scales. And I want to point this out because I ironically have something in that exact finish. So this is what you're looking at here. Okay, now theirs is a little bit more icy, but you can see what it looks like. It is gorgeous in person. I would love to get a set of those scales for this. That would look amazing. By the way, this is from NJT Hand Power, and it is really, really good. You can check them out. Link, of course, is in the description. Now, this is $180 for this set, so it is pricey for these scales, but it does involve a etching, and it's a process. So that's cool. Let's go back to the knife now. And again, these are $280, and you can get them in this finish. They're calling it a black bead blast. I don't know what that means, but it's an oxide finish, aluminum oxide finish, I think. But maybe the beads are black. Maybe that's what they're trying to say there. And again, $280. This was a limited run of 200 pieces. I have number 193 or something. We'll see when we get inside. But every one of the first 200 are packed, assembled, and shipped by Damon and Kay, who are the founders of Pirate Tech. If you know, you know. They're good people, so very, very cool. It's in S90V, got a 3.22 blade edge. The hardness is 61 plus or minus HRC. Comes with a certificate of each knife's independent hardness. So when I got this, you guys can go back and see that. I think it said 61.3. And here's some specs if you want to pause and read. There's 3 game-changing innovations. The first one is Mag Snap. Those are the scales. We talked about that in the unboxing. Reversible hidden screw pocket clip and filler tab. We talked about that in the unboxing. And they use piano strings for the core, for the crossbar lock, and it has a redesigned shape. So that might be part of why this crossbar lock feels better than any other I've tried. It just really pops. Reverse flick's really good. Now, we need to take this apart because I noticed there is a substantial amount of play. And I think maybe the pivot loosened. So I took off the scale, which involves just popping this side off. You literally just grab it up top. Oops, make sure you get this one off. And there goes your scale. This is number 193. Okay, now you can't just pop the other scale off. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Now maybe it does with this one. No, you have to, or I was thinking maybe it does when you have it right-handed, but you have to open the knife. Make sure you open the knife because otherwise you'll chip that tip. So she said. Then you get in here with the T8 bit. Be careful. You got a live blade down there. And your screw is going to come out. And then you can take the clip off. The clip has 2 screws, which is genius. Again, watch my video on that. But you do have to take the clip off to get off this scale, at least when you have it set up lefty. And we'll try it when we reverse it because we're going to pass this around. So I'm going to set it up for righty. Now we just pop this off the top. Make sure you pop it from the top because these are locking it in down there and it makes it impossible to take off the other way. So here are our springs. Everything looks good. Now I want to make sure this is tight. And it was loose. So what I'm going to do is take this out. I'm not going to take the knife apart because I really don't see the need to take it all the way apart, honestly. But I just wanted to show you guys. I'm going to grab a little bit of Loctite here. Actually, should I glue it? Should I glue it? All right, let's glue it. So we're going to clean this up. And this driver here is from CountyCom. You can check out their stuff. There's a link down below. I do have a discount code for 10% off at CountyCom as well. Sorry, I am shilling hard tonight, but hey, when things come up, I just mention them. And I have a link for everything and its mom. All right, so, wrong screw, Kev. There we go. Let's get this set properly, make sure everything works, and then we can glue it. So that's just tight, right? No play. Swings down. I mean, I'm not seeing any reason not to just tighten the thing. Cool. All right. So we're going to loosen it. We're going to clean it one more time because that's how I do's. All right. Can't stand this driver up on the tail, which is unfortunate. I do like doing that. And this is going to start bleeding glue because it's brand new. Just trying to get this bit set up. All right, here we go. Come on, give me some glue. Stop gurgling. It's just like spitting air out right now. This is brand new. It should not be empty right now. There we go. All right. All right. Got a little bit on the end there. A little too much maybe, but it's okay. Tighten that down. Check for play. Don't see anything. And then we'll let that cure for a second. Everything looks centered. Cool. So that's nice that it's that simple, you know. I always appreciate that kind of stuff. Now we're going to flip the clip back over. So just to show you how that works, we need to remove this filler tab. One thing I want to note is this filler tab will fall out if you are taking the scales on and off. So make sure you pay attention because you might drop it on the floor or something. It pops in like this. So let me make sure we have it on the right scale. It would go on this side, yes. So you just slot it in. And it's real simple, honestly. And then it locks into place like that. But it can shake out. So you just need to, be cautious. Don't be showing your friends how cool your knife is and not paying attention to the filler tab. That's all I'm saying, guys. All right. So just make sure that's on. Oh, while we're here, we'll check these screws. Tight, tight. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe you can remove the scales when it's on the right side. Maybe. No, because that clip screw is locking in right there to the scale, so you can't. No. But I thought maybe you could. All right. Pop these on. Oh, one other thing I want to mention is this does have a Sebenza finish on the handle, so it is that oxide finish or bead blast, glass blast, whatever, and it does snail trail very easily. I mean, you can see it on the clip. So I just carried it in my front left pocket like a normal knife. I don't baby stuff, so it could be, I think I was supposed to not put this on, actually. So let me take this back off. Because I need to put on the clip. So you got to put this side on first. And one thing I will note is that it does stay on. The scale does not fall off like while you're... I mean, I fidgeted with it. I didn't drop it or anything, but I'm pretty sure these scales would withstand any normal use, right? Like you actually using the knife. So I don't think you have to worry about the magnets, you know, popping off or anything like that. So let's just get this set in. Don't know why it doesn't want to pop in. There we go. Nice snug fit. And then you'll see this notch right here. So you can kind of just slide the screw through there. I guess on the right side, you don't have to worry about that. Let me open this up. And then I'm just going to notch it down, I guess, because I could. There you go. Then your driver will fit right in there. Tighten that in. Close this. Now you can check the clip. No play, nothing. Feels good, right? Now you're not going to be able to get this off because that clip is locked in and it's locked into the scale, I would think. How would you get it off? I guess if the clip is locked in, that doesn't mean the scale is. Maybe you might be able to like pry it down enough to whip it off without taking the clip off. It's possible. I don't know. I don't think I would mess with that, but I just wanted to point that out. Maybe you could. Just open this. Make sure it's tight again. We're good. All right. Now we take our filler tab again and we pop this bad boy in, which I always need a minute to figure out again. All right. And then we slap this guy on like so. And now your scale is on. Now, one thing I want to check is when it was on the other side, when I had the clip flipped around, I could move the scale around a little bit, and now I cannot. So there is something with the left side clip. This is something to note for Kay and Damon. I'll tell them as well. But when you have the clip reversed, the one scale is like you're able to move it around. Like that's all I can get is that little movement. But I was able to move it a little bit more when it was flipped over. But I don't think that's a big deal. I just want to note it. And then right-handed, it's very minimal. So this might have to break in a little bit now. I just Loctited it. But, I mean, the action's still really good. It's not dropping, but I'm guessing it will with just a little bit of break-in. But I like that. I prefer that it's a little tight. You know, there we go. It's already whipping down when I whip it. Whip it good. You can whip it like that. Front flip, all the good stuff. Sorry, thumb flick. And that reverse flick is just really good. And for a knife that is rock solid, I mean, it's pretty impressive. I think this is a very innovative and cool design. I'm really happy for them. And you can check it out. Again, the link is down below. $280. Use the code LeftyEDC for free shipping domestically. And then here's another look at that snail trailing. I think that's cool, but some people don't like that, so it's kind of your choice. Just know if you flip the clip, you will see it. So that's something to note. No play. Really good action. Dead center. So that is the Pirate Tech Kraken, the ZT0545, and the CMB Sesori. 3 really cool knives. Let me know what you guys think. Which one would you pick if you could take only one, and why? What's your favorite thing about that knife? I'll tell you my favorite thing about each of these knives. The first would be the overall just uniqueness of the Sesori, and I like the thin profile of it. Very, very cool. From ZT, again, that thin profile is fantastic, but I just really love the action on this. It's just one that feels good. ZT just has the detent down. And then on the Pyrotech, just the overall genius of it, the innovation of it. It's very good in hand. I am not an Axis style lock guy, but I really, really like this knife. So there you go. I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.